Hello, this is Mrs. Pullen for Algebra 2. In this video, I'm going to be going over problem number 20 from the January 2020 Regents. If a solution of, and they give us an expression, is expressed in simplest a plus bi form, so pay close attention to this. The value of b is, so they're specifically only asking for the value of b, the coefficient to I. Keep that in mind when we go over this problem, the final answer to this problem, rather. So we see that it's a quadratic equation, and we notice that it's not in standard form. So I'm just rewriting it now. And I'm going to distribute that 2 to both terms. It's still not in standard form. I need it to be in ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 form. So I'm going to subtract the 4x and add the 2 to both sides of the equation. When I do that, I get 5x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. So now it's in standard form. Now, I know that this is not factorable. I mean, I could try to factor it, but when they say express your answer in simplest a plus bi form, that's a clue that you're going to have to use either the quadratic formula or completing the square. But we're going to use quadratic formula because it's slightly easier in this case. Now, although everybody should know the song and know it by heart, if you get nervous on the regions, they actually give you that formula on the formula sheet, so you could look. You don't have to panic. A in this case is 5. B in this case is -4. And C is 2. Don't confuse this B with the solution B. So I'm going to substitute into the formula. X is equal to -4 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And that's all over 2. I'm sorry. I lost track of what I was doing. So that should be -4 squared minus 4 times 5 times 2, and that's all over 2 times 5. That simplifies to 4 plus or minus the square root, and if I enter this in the calculator, I'm going to get a value of -24, and that's all over 10. Well, we have to simplify further. So we have to simplify the negative square root of -24. So I'm going to do that here. I know I'm pulling out the I, and I know that 24 could be split into the highest perfect square of 4 and 6, and that becomes 2I rad 6. So this solution becomes x is equal to 4 plus or minus 2I rad 6 all over 10. This still is not an a plus b for I form. There are a couple of things that need to be done. First of all, the I piece, the imaginary piece, has to be totally separated from the real piece, plus any coefficients should be reduced. So I'm going to split it apart first. I mean, you could simplify first, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to split it apart first, just so the imaginary piece is separate from the real piece. I can then reduce 4/10 down to 2/5, and I can reduce the 2 and the 10 down to I rad 6 over 5. So what is my final solution? My final solution is, I'm just going to I need to extend the page. Sorry about this. So this final solution, just so it's easier to see, is 2/5 plus or minus square root of 6 over 5i. Now they want the b. The b doesn't include the I, and that could be that was a trick problem. That was nasty of them to do. But if you look closely, the reason why the answer is choice 2 versus choice 1 is they only wanted that coefficient of b. I hope this helps, and see you tomorrow.